And tipping us off here, a terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Thunder out in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. And the Wizards, a team many people felt would be an Eastern Conference champion at some point. Kenny, why have they not fulfilled those hopes?
Well, it's hard to rebuild or build a franchise into success when guys are hurt, guys don't get along, supposedly. You start to wonder, how long before they dismantle this, Shaq?
And some teams are better than the sum of their parts. That takes chemistry, effort, and using guys correctly. The Wizards have been sort of trending the other direction.
I agree.
And now with the tip upcoming, we go courtside. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became Shooter. And Kevin, it still is."
It sure is. Thanks, David. Talk about rookies getting early playing time these days. Were you counted on much your first season? You had a terrific rookie year, obviously, but I'm guessing you did. You were counted on early.
Yeah, you know, for the high draft picks, you're usually going to go to a team that really needs your help. I was just blessed that I had great veterans, Hall of Fame veterans. When you look at guys like Chris Mullin, how about that? I was able to watch him practice and work and take care of his body. Latrell Sprewell, Billy Owens, all the great players, Avery Johnson. So I was counted on to do a lot, but those guys helped me do a lot, and they pumped confidence into me. I was able to steal their style, their work ethic. They showed me the ropes the right way, and I couldn't have been blessed with any better veterans for me to start off my career with.
And now Washington's starting group. Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Brown in at the small forward. And for the Thunder, Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Bryant with the rebound. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
And the pass to Robertson. Now, here is Gallinari. D right on him. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Gallinari.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Wall passes to Beal, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Beal. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
I like what he was trying to do, shaking the D with the fadeaway. Tough look, though.
Poked loose. Adams dishes to Paul. Pass to Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Good on the triple.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
Brown outside. He dishes it to Wall. Pass to Beal. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
What a baller this guy is. I love watching Bill come right back with the payback triple.
That's a 2 from Paul. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
A nice start for them offensively. 3 of 4 to kick things off.
And Wall kicks to Brown. Wall passes to Bryant. The dish to Brown, and there's the foul. And it's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Shot from the inbound, and Beal with a nice bucket inside. Beal's got 5 points so far.
Oh, you love how Bill rises over the D. He loves out-muscling them at every turn.
Paul looking around. Gallinari against Wall. And it's Gallinari missing. Here's Beal. Again, the Wizards good for 2. Thunder have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Paul kicks to Robertson. Gallinari outside. And it's sent back by Bryant. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it, the fast break chance.
He's a big-time athlete. Wall loves to attack in transition. Incredible speed end to end.
Passes to Gallinari. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Gallinari again missing.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner. Love to see him battling in there. I mean, go get it, little fella. Yeah, and the one thing that amazes me about Chris Paul is his awareness on the court. He knows exactly what is going on and what to watch for on each trip down the court.
To the middle. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. He has 6.
I mean, for a player who only stands 6 feet tall, Paul is a pretty good finisher inside.
Here's Wall. Makes it off the glass. And with Paul, he's one of the most heads-up players in the game.
Oh, and personally, Kev, I would love to have played with a guy like Paul, who is always 100% focused on the game. Paul can rub some players the wrong way, but he's the closest thing to having a coach on the floor in the NBA.
Here's Gallinari. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on that one. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
And he's good on the second.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital. Way to attack the rim with that ferocity. I love the intensity that Wall plays with. When he's penetrating, he's looking to dunk it every time.
Now here's Paul. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Paul against Wall. Over Paul. Wall, no luck.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
The Wizards with the lead. Wall passes to Beal. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Paul. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop. And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Here's Hachimura, and he jams it with authority.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading to scores.
Punch, counter punch, impressive offensive production early on.
Yeah, and this is what you love to see. Both teams going at it, working to get to their spots and cashing in.
Here's Hachimura. The shot from the low post is good. Hachimura's got 6.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Gallinari right side. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's sent back by Bryant. And it's Wall in the corner. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
He's not lacking confidence, I'll tell you that. And Wall knows he has the green light to shoot off the pass.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. The league has cracked down C-Web on flagrants, players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call it ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach that's only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
Beal with the block. Now here's Napier. He's covered closely. Berton's shot is good.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Yep, it counts.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Napier passes to Wagner. Here's Beal. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and he uses the glass on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
It's stolen by Schroeder. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Drops in the breakaway layup. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
Well, Greg, no matter what their mindset was, that was going to be a very tough task. Let's face it, they don't have the horses to compete with those guys.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the basket by Washington. The pass to Muscala. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Beal. 6 to shoot. Inside. And stolen by Napier. And it's Beal in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Here's Ferguson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Muscala kicks to Ferguson. 5 on the clock. From 18 feet away. Rebounded by the Wizards. Beal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. The Wizards making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in. Napier with it. 6 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And this is the one area Smith must continue to work on. I love seeing him knock down the 3-ball, expanding his range.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And he lays in the alley-oop.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior, gotta love it.
Wizards leading by 9. And here's Napier. 14 points from him the last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. From 13, here's Mahimi. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Schroeder. That one goes in.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
And so it's the Washington Wizards heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And we'll be right back after this. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul, and Chris talked about where all that started. And you see that a lot nowadays, star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Napier is out there with Smith. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Bertsinus in at the 4. Washington shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Mahimi. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And he can't hit the second. Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity, but Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
Yeah, I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. Some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Bill just isn't a scorer, and he's a complete guard who can really dish it.
Thunder trailing by 14. Schroeder surveying the floor. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander to end the run, and it's good on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Smith inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Smith on the wing. He kicks it to Napier. Shot clock at 5. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Napier's got the lead up to 14 now for the Wizards. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes, Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gallinari comes in for Muscala. Robertson, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. Hachimura comes in for Beal. Brown, he's checked in for Smith. And John Wall subbed in for Napier. Now, here's Schroeder. A 20-point game for him in the win against Utah. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Wizards leading by 14.
Who's got Wall?
Wall attacking. Comes up empty down low.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Paul finds Robertson. Gallinari outside. Clock at 6. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Launches it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Gallinari 4th.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Brown with it, now guarded by Gallinari. Mahinmi against Paul. And Adams sends it back. Now Robertson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Now here's Brown. Here's Bryant. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. A 12-point game. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly.
Here's Robertson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
The free throw drops for Robertson. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Schroeder finds Robertson. Back to Schroeder. Now, here is Gallinari. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah. Adams' shot is off. Washington leading now by 9. Here's Bryant. No good, shot missing. And the Thunder going the other way now. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. Adams outside. Dishes it to Gallinari. But they recover it. No good from outside.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Bryant passes to Brown. Back to Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steven Adams picks one up.
Wall plays big down low. His sheer determination picks up fouls in the paint.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Well, John Wall coming back after that Achilles injury he suffered in the start of 2019. It's been a long road to recovery for him, and I know just how much he misses playing every day.
Now, here is Gallinari. Adams trying to free himself up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And C. Webb, as we know, with Wall, he made the most of his time missed by finishing his degree.
Yeah, Wall was able to take the classes he needed to complete his bachelor's degree from Kentucky. I'm sure he would have preferred to play instead, but he saw an opportunity with his education and made the most of it.
And he knocks down the first one. Some people have already predicted future MVPs. Is there a surprise name that you think could win that MVP award, Chris, down the road?
Oh, I think there are a few surprises. I mean, we can go young with young guys like a Trae Young or Luka Doncic. We can go with guys that we expect to do it like Anthony Davis, who just seems like he's just biting at the bit. There's a few young Celtics. There's a few young Lakers that in a few years you never know what they could do, especially the ones that are playing with great guys and watching their practice habits, game habits, stealing their recipes or stealing what they eat before the game and their health-wise. So many guys right now that are going to be in that second tier coming up. It's going to be fun to watch their growth.
It will.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Come to me.
Adams outside. Schroeder, it's good from long range. Schroeder's got 7.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Wall. Good work defensively by Paul. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Schroeder. No good. Some solid defense from Brown.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Gallinari outside. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Gallinari's got it back down to within single digits for the Thunder. Wall against Paul. Here's Hachimura. He has 6. And here's Wall outside. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
This is a player who has nights where he can just explode, and we're witnessing a big-time John Wall explosion tonight.
Schroeder outside.
Come get it. CP.
Back to Adams. Kicks it out to Paul. 3 on the clock. Over Wall.
You got to admire the tough defensive Wall. He doesn't give up any space to get a clean look on this play.
Bryant with the bounce pass. Pass to Brown. Back to Wall.
Screen.
Passes it to Wagner. And again, Washington with the triple.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Paul kicks to Gallinari for the 3. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Schroeder.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Now, here's Bryant. 20 points for him last game against Dallas. And he's able to get it back. And he recovers it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's the teardrop, and it's Schroeder missing. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Paul passes to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. The shot by Paul, no good. Wizards leading by 16. It's Brown with the drive. Misses the layup.
and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing this man into a difficult attempt.
Now, here's Robertson. Now the pass to Adams. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
I love the chemistry Wall has with his teammates. He gets up on these alley-oops.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Ferguson's checked in for Robertson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. The Wizards also changing it up. Davis Bertans checks in for Bryant. Bradley Beal comes in for Hachimura. And it's Napier in for Troy Brown. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Ish Smith, he's checked in for John Wall. Both shots good from the stripe. .46 seconds left in the second quarter. Now here's Napier, defended by Paul. Smith kicks to Napier. 5 to shoot. Takes the turnaround J, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Thunder trailing by 16. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Utah.
And it was the little things, too. I mean, getting to the line, finding ways to get his points any way possible.
The tray. It doesn't go for him. John Wall getting it done for the Washington Wizards. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
This is what happens when John Wall gets into a rhythm. Streak shooter, But when he's hot, he creates a whole lot of problems for you defensively. We'll see what kind of adjustments are made coming out of halftime.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Robertson in at the three. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Kicks it out to Paul. Over to Wall. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Thunder. Wizards leading by 14. Outside, Wall. Here's Beal. It's rebounded by Paul.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
To the inside. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, and if you're playing along Chris Paul, you better have your hands ready. If you're open, he'll find you, or you're going to get hit in the head.
Wall passes to Bryant. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Brown, good.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They trail by 14. Adams dishes to Paul. Paul is doubled. Gallinari on the wing. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Gallinari's got 10 points.
He's one of the greatest passers in the history of the league. I mean, Paul is top 10 on the all-time assist list.
Wall's shot is off. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Bryant against Adams. Down low, Gilgeous-Alexander. That one falls through. It's his sixth make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Backcourt violation.
Man, last season was such a tough one for the Wizards. I mean, they lost John Wall to injury midway through. They ended up 11th in the East and out of the playoffs.
Screen.
Paul against Wall.
Hey, right there. Right here.
High, arcing shot, and a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. For so long, C-Webb, the Wizards were looking to get past that second round in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Kevin, now they might have to recalibrate their team for that. I mean, their team has some glaring holes that a quick fix just can't help. They will need to build from the ground up to get back on track. Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Bryant passes to Brown. Bryant trying to free himself up, and there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Bryant. Bryant's got 6 assists here tonight.
Hey, get on Chris.
Paul against Wall. Adams outside. Gallinari surveying the D. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gallinari's got 12 points in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Washington shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. Free throw, good, Bryant.
Well, the Wizards last year, I mean, they struggled on defense. We saw that, which was a big part of why they missed out on the playoffs. Now, teams know it is a weakness, and that's something they need to address. This team knows it.
Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Bryant hits them both. Chris, with the Wizards and their lack of defense, last season it showed up in the numbers.
Yeah, Kevin, they were second to last in effective field goal percentage against in the league. I mean, that just didn't challenge shooters inside and out. No amount of offense can make up for that.
Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
We've seen Bill evolve as a playmaker, including how he spots his open teammates.
Paul against Wall. Fires from 14. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Paul.
Whoa, that's a very big part of his game, burning the D from mid-range.
Paul against Beal. Over Paul. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gallinari's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Over Wall. And the shot is long.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Oh, textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Here's Adams, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Wall against Paul. It's Wall with the drive. Up and in from the low block. Wall's got 22.
And the thing about Wall, he loves a challenge, beating good defense there.
Paul kicks to Gallinari. Pass to Adams. Pass to Paul. Shoots from 12 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Beal finds Wall. Over Paul. Here's Mahimi. And Adams sends it back. And he gets it back. It's stolen by Bryant. Bryant is doubled. Back to Beal. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, Bill has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. I mean, Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. I mean, but Bill would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Robertson. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And Beal, about a 25, 5-5 player last season, Greg. Most would agree that that's star-level production.
Those are Hall of Fame-esque numbers. I'd put him up there with Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Fantastic scorer who does it with strong efficiency, and he's only getting better.
Smith checked in for John Wall. Here's Bertans. Outside, Beal. Hits it from three-point range. Beal's got 17 now.
Well, he's embracing his role as a leader. Bill knows his team depends on him to score like this.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gallinari against Beal. Adams down low. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Wizards now. Wizards leading by 16. Napier feeling it out a bit. Pass to Beal. The pass to Bertans. Fires for three. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Noel. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Schroeder. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. To the middle. Here's Adams. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Shooting one.
Bradley Beal picks one up.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
For Oklahoma City, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Mo Wagner's checked in for the Wizards.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot. Way to go, baby!
Washington leading now by 13. Back to Beal. From deep three-point range, and the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Schroeder passes to Ferguson. Back to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Adams. Over Napier. The Thunder with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
Wow, the speed of Smith and his ability to change gears constantly keeps the D on their toes. He has a knack for picking up fouls while shooting.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw good, Smith.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. It has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Muscala, he's checked in for Adams. Smith hits them both. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Thunder have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
One shot.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a sixth-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
And the rejection by Noel. Bertans inside the line. The Wizards with another miss.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Beal.
Hey, yo, right here, baby.
Gallinari with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end. But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He can be an ace when he gets a good look at three.
Here's Schroeder. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Can't quite find his three-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Passes it to Wagner. Back to Beal. Shoots a fader. That shot off the mark. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Muscala. Connects from three-point range. Muscala's got it back down to single digits for Oklahoma City. There's the pass to Wagner. Back to Beal. From 11 feet away, and the shot goes in. Beal's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, Bill plays big in the paint. It doesn't matter who's on him. He's determined to finish over.
And stolen by Napier. And here we go. Washington fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Wizards have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. First one falls for him.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Ferguson. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Hachimura's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Schroeder with the ball. Now Smith defending. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Here's Hachimura. He has 6, just 5 on the clock. The Wizards need to get a shot off here.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
And so it's the Washington Wizards with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So on the floor for Washington. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Smith is out there with Napier, and it's Wagner in at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Smith. He doesn't hit that one. And the Thunder going the other way now. Muscala with the bounce pass. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Not a lot of room. Lets a floater go, and that one's good. Noel.
Surprised everyone by passing out of his shot. What a fantastic dish.
Pass to Wagner. Here's Hachimura. Out to Smith. Pass to Napier. There's the triple. That one doesn't go, but he's still shooting 50%, 5 of 10. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls, and Oklahoma City making a change here. Paul's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. John Wall's checked in for Smith. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Wizards leading by 7. Bertans in the post, defended by Paul. Here's Wall. Plays it up and banks it in. Wall's got 24 points.
Oh, man, a determined scorer. Wall is fantastic at staying with the shot, even when the defense is on him.
Here's Paul, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on John Wall.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Well, C-Web, Chris Paul can make some fancy passes every so often, but he's considered a great passer for making the right pass at the right time.
Yeah, Kevin, and you know, it always doesn't have to be about the no-look pass. I mean, Paul is effective by making simple, fundamental passes and keeping his turnovers down. As impressive as his assist totals are, they are even more incredible when you put them up by his low turnover numbers.
The Wizards making a switch here. Bryant's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Pass to Napier. Paul against Wall. That shot is off. Paul with the defensive effort. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, covered by Wall. With the teardrop, and he lays it up and in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20 points.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
And the pass to Napier. Back to Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As the #1 pick in the draft, Wall has always had a lot of pressure on him, and he does everything he can to live up to those expectations.
And he makes the first. Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Brown, he's checked in for the Wizards. He's off on the second. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Noel, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The floater, Gilgeous-Alexander finds Adams. Clock at 2. Rebounded by the Wizards. Berton's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And even 3-on-3 break. Kicks it out to Paul. Paul is doubled. Back to Noel. And here's Robertson. Clock at 6. Poked away. Wall with the steal. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about that amazing focus from Wall? Even when the D was roughing him up, he was still attacking the basket, keeping his eyes up.
Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past, respected coach who has won Coach of the Year, but the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
Wizards leading by 7. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Robertson. It's John Wall with the rebound. Wall's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Hachimura. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
Noel finds Gilgeous-Alexander. And Brown over to help. Back to Noel. Now here's Robertson. He's tightly guarded, and that one drops.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Pass to Bertans. To the paint. Hachimura, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. Over in the corner, Paul. The offensive rebound, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Yeah, guys, but where was the box out? No excuse letting him roam that freely on the glass?
No one near Wall as he lets it go. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Brown on him. Wizards leading by 7. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. From deep, Wall. It's hauled in by Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Wall against Paul. Wall, no luck. Oklahoma City's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Washington's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. It's Brown on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Here's Bryant. The Wizards with another miss. Thunder trailing by 5. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Wall grabs the board.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
And a chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Washington calls timeout. Now, here's Bertans. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pulls up. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Right wing. Here's Paul. Tries again. Adams' shot is off.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards.
He's very good at staying in control on his drives, and with Wall's amazing speed, it's not easy to stay in control.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
No shot.
The pass to Paul.
Watch it, Connor.
Gallinari outside. Shot clock at 3. Fires the 3. Drops in the tray.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Outside, Beal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Chris Paul picks up that one.
I like how Bill draws these type of fouls. Excellent at working the D and forcing their hand.
And that one falls for Beal.
And did you see the maturation of Beal over time? I mean, I noticed it. He added more wrinkles and dimensions to his game. He's an impressive two-guard.
And both free throws good for Beal.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
That's a 2 from Paul, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Always in total control. I mean, Paul knows how to maximize his options in the screen and roll. This time, takes it himself.
Pass to Bertans. Knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. With a floater. No good that time.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting stronger.
Thunder trailing by 8. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Washington calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
Washington leading now by 7. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. So it's the Wizards now. There's Beal with the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gallinari's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Paul's shot is off. Washington has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And again, Washington no good. Thunder trailing by 7. With some arc, offensive rebound. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Paul. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Rebound, Washington.
Yo, man up on Beal.
And so Washington again turning it over. Thunder trailing by 4. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Count that one.
I mean, this is why you put the ball in Paul's hands. He's not going to back down.
Outside, Beal. And that one is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way to tie it up. And it comes off the front of the rim. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
He hasn't been able to find any kind of groove this quarter. I mean, it seems like he's been running on fumes since halftime.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
41 seconds left in the game. Beal. No good again that time.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, an awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Paul against Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Over to the left wing. To take the lead. Miss.
Timeout,
and
timeout.
Scott Brooks wants a timeout.
Start it.
Now here's Beal. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander.
Timeout.
Missed it. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. The score is tied at 109. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. Paul from deep three-point land. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
All right.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip, and no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So on the floor for Washington. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Brown out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. He misses the free throw.
That's okay.
He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
Gallinari left side. And Gallinari throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Yeah, Greg, there's no panic in them. I mean, staring at a big deficit, they still kept their poise and went to work.
And Bryant kicks to Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steven Adams picks one up. That free throw good from Brown. So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
Only down two now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a two-possession game.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Here's Wall. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Wall's got 37.
That's his game. He attacks in the painted area. He can finish with either hand.
Wall against Schroeder. Here's the floater. And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call on Washington with the foul.
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Gallinari hits them both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
All with it, takes a three. Kept alive. Beal the pass to Bertinus. The kick out to Wall. Wall draws the double. 6 on the shot clock. Brown wide open. He fires. Here's Beal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Adams. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. No good on the free throw.
Baby, you got another.
And he sinks the second. The Thunder with the lead.
Who's got Dennis?
Oh, the lob to Gallinari.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Wizards. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Start it.
Here's Beal off the inbound pass, and he's good on the 3-ball. Beal's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. And it's Schroeder missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points. I love seeing Bill come alive in moments like this. When his team needs him, he steps up to the plate.
Schroeder passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Beal. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, the feed off the bounce is in just the right spot.
Beal taking his time here. And Washington again with the bucket.
Oh, he's a go-to scorer. Once Beal starts to heat up, you better watch out.
Thunder have gone 4 for 7 on their shot attempts in the extra period up to this point. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Gallinari's got 28 points for the game. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from three-point range since the end of regulation. Outside, Beal. Over in the corner, Brown. The kick out to Bryant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beal fires from way outside. Kept alive by Washington.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Noel. Money!
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
Yeah, Kevin, second chance opportunity so big in this instance. Yeah, they have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
Wall draws the double. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Schroeder against Wall. Schroeder kicks to Robertson. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. For the Wizards, Mahimi's checked in for Bryant, and it's Hachimura in for Bertens.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Muscala's checked in. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them the lead. Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 1. We've got 22 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
Yeah, down by 1. You'd expect them to go for 2 here unless they get something wide open on the perimeter.
So it's the Wizards now. Here's Beal. The Wizards with another miss. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
honestly just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Outside, Wall. Bullseye!
Timeout, timeout.
Oh, Wall embraces pressure. Look, he lives for it. Doesn't shy away when the game is on the line.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They trail by 1. 1 second left in the first overtime. Here's Muscala. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot, no good. And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.